Hi everybody, Steffi here and welcome back to the channel. Just want to say thank you to everybody who subscribes to me and who watches my videos. It means so much to me. I just wanted to get that out there first. So yeah, can you believe we are number 10 of my Inspired By series? Wow, this has gone so fast. It really has. Today I am casing a project by the lovely Helen Griffin. She's absolutely amazing, Helen. You'll all know and love her. She's got her own brand now. You can get it off like Crafty. Absolutely amazing. And Helen is she is definitely one of the main contenders who got me into mini albums and stuff like that. I've been watching her for such a long time now, such a long time. And you know, you see her mini albums and I was like, oh my god, that is amazing. Honestly, you need to go and check out her channel for that. So the one I'm doing today, I'm doing a Paperbag mini album that has been very heavily inspired by Helen Griffin. Most of our sizes are the same that I'm going to do today. But I have had to make mine a little bit wider just because my bags are bigger than the ones that Helen used. But I will leave a link in the description bar below to her video, so please go and check that out. So these are the papers that I'm using today, and it's the Simple Stories Magical Birthday. It's a 6x8 paper pad and I've got 24 papers in here. There was 4 pages with cut parts on. I've got a few of them here and these will be just going in the pockets. So there's 4 sheets. So I didn't use the backs of any of them. But just wanted to show you, I've got 1 full sheet left and then I've got loads of little scraps. And, you know, so you can do this and decorate it all with just one of these pads, which I think is absolutely brilliant. And the bags that I'm using are these ones. They're the printed party bags. They're lovely pink with the polka dot on the background, and it's got Eat Me. It's probably why I picked them up, because obviously Alice in Wonderland. You get the seals with them as well, and you get 10 in here. And I think these were from Home Bargains, and they'll have been no more than £1 for 10. So these are the ones we're using today. So I'm just going to jump straight in. I've done a lot of prep work to try and keep this video as short as possible. And yeah, so this is a chipboard mini album. So I'm going to need 2 pieces that measure 5 by 6.5. So we've got 2 of those. And then for the spine, this is 1.5 by 6.5. Okay. So that's our pieces for our cover. Next, you're going to need 2 pieces of card. This is to cover your chipboard, and these need to measure 7 inches by 8. Okay. And then what you want to do on, what side's that one? On the 7-inch side of one of them, just run a piece of double-sided tape down. Oh, let's get that off. Then all we're going to do is we're just going to join these together. So just match that up. Just use that tape for a guide. It's not completely true. We've got a little bit overhang at the top, but it doesn't matter because it's all going to get wrapped around anyway. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to place our chipboard down just like that, leaving about 1/4 inch in between. Okay, and make sure that the join isn't right on the edge of your spine, so make sure that it's like in the middle somewhere. Mine's just off the center. So what I'm going to do, just to keep it nice and short and sweet, I'm going to pause the video. All I'm going to do is I've already put double-sided tape on the back. I'm going to stick those down, and I'm going to stick tape all the way around the outside and then all the way around the outside of the chipboard as well. And then we'll cut away our corners and I'll be right back. Right, so that's all my chipboard down, and I've went round and I've popped my double-sided tape all the way around the card and the inside of the chipboard. Just burnish that down, make sure you get a really nice adhesion. And then all I've done, as I normally do, is I've just cut away them corners and I've left a little bit there which you need to give you nice corners. The colour of the card that I've used is Ocean Blue by Tonic. It's a Tonic classic card, just in case for anybody who's interested. So yep, that's what that is. Now we're just going to use our bone folder or your scoring tool and just score around the edges just to make it a little bit easier to wrap. I can't remember if I said as well at the beginning about the paper pads that we've been using, the Magical Birthday. I actually won this from the lovely Melus Makes here on YouTube. I think I did mention it, but I'm just going to mention it again. And yeah, so I will leave a link to her channel below as well if you want to go and check that out. She's on the design, I can't remember who she's on the design team for, but she's on a design team for somebody as well, and she does make the most beautiful things. She really does. So I'm sure we should appreciate any support if you want to go over and, you know, go and support our channel. Right, so now that we've done that, we're just going to do what we normally do. For all of those of you who have watched me cover chipboard before, you can just skip past this part if you want to. We're just going to attach all of these, and then also I nearly forgot, just going to pop a little bit glue just in there just to help it stick a little bit better as well. So I always come in from the middle and then push out to the side and then burnish that down really well. And then these corners here, we're just going to tuck these in, just like, just press them down like that, and this just helps give you that nice neat corner. Oh, nearly forgot my glue again. This one I didn't put the chipboard on, I didn't use my spacers on this one, so this one is a bit shorter, but hopefully it should still cover okay. Just need to like pull on it as you're pulling it, as you're thinking that down. Just make sure you give it a little tug just to, yeah, make sure that. You can always check when you bring that over. Can you see that nice corner that that's going to create there? There's different ways of doing them where you don't have to take the corner out, but it's what I'm used to, so that's how I prefer to do mine. But if you have an easy way to do it, then please feel free to do that. And I'm just going to take off the backing paper on this bit. So just, and then we're just going to pull those over as well. This is how easy. I mean, if you don't want to use chipboard, you can use recycle any packaging that you've gotten. If you've had any orders or, you know, stuff like that through the post, any cereal boxes, you can use those as well. I'm just going to press down on those joints and just bend it up, and that is our cover done. Love this colour of this card. Now I've got another piece of card here, and this is going to be just to cover the spine, and this measures 3 inches by 6 3/8. You could do it wider if you like, but I've just kept it as that. Let's just quickly get this glued on. Just a nice amount of glue because you don't want this to go anywhere. And then we're just going to line it up, top and bottom, and then just give that a good burnish down. Any glue that seeps out, just wipe it away. Or yeah, it normally dries clear, so it's normally okay. Sorry, I'm giving the camera a really good shake there, aren't we? Now I would normally wait until, if I wasn't doing a tutorial, I would wait to do to burnish your spines, but because, oh, I've just went through a little bit. I'll show you my mistake. I'm keeping my mistake in. I always keep my mistakes in when I do a video, just to show you what can happen if you're not careful, if you press too hard, because it is so easily done. And you know, the amount of albums and stuff I make, and I still make mistakes. So if I bring that up, you can see where it's gone through. Hopefully it won't really be that noticeable. So I've cut some papers down. A second while I get these. The ones for the inside. So I'm using this beautiful plaid print here. I will give you the sizes, but you can make them your own. These are 4 7/8 by 6 3/8. And I've also got a piece here for the spine, which is 1 3/8 by 6 3/8. You don't have to cover the spine if you don't want to. I just thought, well, I had the scraps there to do it, so why not? So I might as well just cover all of these and do these before we get started on the pages. So I'll just pop that down. That should line up really nicely with that piece we've put on for the spine. And again, just burnish that down really nicely. Obviously you can use whatever adhesive you prefer. I'm just using my glue just for quickness, and plus with using the wet glue it gives you that little bit of wiggle room as well to get it in a nice place. There's nothing worse than when you put your paper down and then you realise that it's slightly wonky if you've been using your double-sided tape, and it's such a pain. So I just love the colour of this. I was going to use white card, but then I had a few sheets of 12x12 of this left, and I thought, oh my god, I just love it. So next we're just going to put this on. Don't think you might be able to see a tiny little bit when we put the spine on, not much, but it was just one of those things. I thought I really like it, and I just thought I'd pop that on. And then I've got the same measurements of paper as well for the front covers. So I'm going to go and stick the front covers on just like we've done here, and then I'll come back. Right, so that's the inside and the outside covered. What I've got for decoration, I'll do this last though, is I've just used one of these cut apart saying hip hip hooray, it's your day, and I've backed it onto some of the pink patterned. I'm just going to use some chipboard and I'm going to pop that on there, okay, but we will do that last. So I think the next thing we'll work on is the hinges, and then they can be drying while we do our bags. Okay, sorry, I've got a bit out of sorts there. So for one of your hinges you're going to need a piece of card that measures 2 1/4 by 6 1/4. Then you're going to need one that is 1 3/4 by 6 1/4, and then you're going to need one that measures 1 1/4 again by 6 1/4. Okay, and then all you're going to do, just going to pop them into your scoreboard on the short side, and you're just going to score at 1/2 inch, flip it round and score it at 1/2 inch again, and you're just going to do that on all of the pieces. Okay, so I think this one, Helen says it gives you a 1/4 inch gusset in between your pages. Okay, so just like that. Excuse me. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to fold and burnish on those score lines, and as you can see I've already put the tape on. So on the widest one I've only used 3/8 of an inch as well, because I want that little bit of a gap. I don't want my pages to go right the way to the bottom. So I put it all over the back, but I've left that score line. I avoid the score line, and then just again on the flaps, you just do that on all of them. Okay, you could use your glue as well, if you'd rather use your glue. Finish this down. Just like that. That's all we'll have left. Okay, so do I cut these before? Do I cut them after? We're going to notch. Okay, so on the one side, on the top, you just want quite a shallow, just like a normal notch, really, just like that. And then on the bottom, you want to do it a more angled, and this is just because of like the insert of the bag, with the bag where the bags fold. So we're just going to do that on all of these. So on the top, just do a normal notch like we would normally do any notches on our hinges, and then on the bottom ones you want to do a more sharper angle. Hopefully these will be okay. If not, I'll have to do them before we put the bags on, so I'll be able to check then. Just like that. How is everybody? I hope you are all okay. Sunshine today, which is quite nice to see. It's very nice to see, actually. Right, so that's how they are going to sit on. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our middle piece and we're going to take off the backing just on the middle part. Okay, you don't want to take it off your side tabs yet, because they are for your pages. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to line this up at the top, and at the bottom, just like that. And then you get your smallest one. Again, take off your release paper, and you're going to do exactly the same. Now make sure your sharper angle cuts is all on the bottom. Just turn this to the side because I'm trying not to get my head in the camera. There we go. Just going to press that down. Then what I like to do is fold all of the pages over and give them a good burnish that way, and then do it this way as well. Do it a few times. It just makes your pages that much easier. Get used to turning in both ways. Okay, just like that. So then what we're going to do, this is going to get popped into our album. Just center it top to bottom. So then on that biggest piece, the back piece, just going to take off the release tape. Just going to make sure these are all sort of stood, and then I'm just going to turn it to the side just because I can see a little bit better, especially because I'm not using tape. I'm not using glue even. So then I'm just going to go in between and just make sure that that is securely down. Like I said, you can't see much of that paper behind it, but I'm not bothered. Okay, so that's our cover done. Just going to pop this over here. Then next, what we're going to do, like I said, I've pre-done 5 of my bags because you're going to need 6. You've got some little tag inserts here. You could either put a little photo in, or you could do some journaling. And then I've just used some of the cutter parts. You pop photos on the back, and I've just punched a hole out there. So that's our pages. So I'm going to show you how to make one of those. So what you're going to need is one of your paper bags. Okay, then all I do is where the bag is laid like that, I just fold this over and then just make sure that it is matching on the side. Sometimes you've got to work with them a little bit to get them to where you want them. I'm just going to give that a good burnish down, and I'm just going to bring in my paper trimmer. I don't know if you're going to be able to see where I'm going. Yeah, if I do that you can. So all I'm going to do is, with that bit folded over, I want to cut this down to 6 1/4. So it's not a lot that we're taking off. It is a very, very, like, it's literally just that much that we're taking off. Okay, and then this flap that we folded over, you just want to pop that in your trimmer, and again just take a tiny little amount off just to form the pocket. Okay, so I'll move that out of the way now. I love that trimmer, I love it. The only thing I don't like about it is that I can't see the 6 inches, but I'll just put some marks on there. Okay, so now this is what we have. Okay, so now we just need to bring in our glue. I'm going to just secure this little piece down that's open now, that we've cut apart. And then under here we just want to glue all of this bit down. Okay, and then on the sides you've got like this opening here, and all I do is, trying to see if you can see, I hope you can, is I'm just putting some glue in there and then a little bit on top of that little flap, and then I'm just going to press that down as well. Okay, and do that on both sides. So again, just going to lift out, you can see where your crease mark is, you don't want to go past there. And then again a little bit on that flap, and then just press that down just like that, and then just pop your glue all over this section here, and this is going to get attached as well. Okay, make sure it doesn't fall over, so just fold that over again, making sure that it is nice and straight, and then just give it a good burnish. So that is our page. We've got our pockets there, and you've got our pocket here. Now on here you can see we've got these little flaps here. Don't worry about them, because when we put our paper in to cover, it's going to be placed on top of that, so you won't be able to catch it. So I've got my papers ready, and I've got 2 pieces, one for the front and one for the back, and these measure 4 1/2 by 6 1/8. So this one is just going to go in there like that, just make sure it goes over them flaps. So I'll just glue it down. And then after you've done this, you can decorate it how you like, and we just need to pop the pages in, which is really, really simple. And yeah, I love these, they're really nice to give to people. Like I said, this one's a birthday one, don't know who's getting this one yet. Or you could keep it for yourself to record a birthday. So just make sure you just get that straight in there. So you need a very thin border at the top. That one's slightly going a bit squiffy, but it'll be okay. Just make sure you press that down. And then we've got the purple for the back. I love that one with all of the numbers on. It's so pretty, isn't it? And then again, just line that up. And you go straight, that is. And then the piece for the pocket, I have paper pieced this. I have like pieced it together, and this should measure 4.5 by 2.5. Yeah, it does. And then that is literally it for our pockets. I'll give you the measurements for the inserts as soon as I've stuck this down. And what I'll do when we stick a page, and I'll show you how to do, I'll either do 1 or 2 with you, and then I'll do the rest off camera, just to save the video for being, I mean, it's quite long already, but when do I not have a video that's, you know, a long video, to be honest? So then I could stick a happy birthday. Actually, we'll have them 2 in there. I've got some extras that we could put in or use for a card. And then these inserts here, so I've got 2 for each one, so I've done 12 in total, and these measure 4 by, I think that's supposed to be 6, but that one's a bit short. And then I've just rounded the corners, and these are all just my scraps that I've used just to pop on. And then you can fit, oh, actually 1 second, we haven't done the hole punch. So I've used this one, which is the 1 3/8 of an inch. Sorry if anybody saw a glimpse of my face there, not very nice, I know. So then just eyeballing it, and then doing, I mean, you could keep these and put these as little edges on cards and stuff, would be really, really pretty. But then that one, just done it so it fits 2 in, and it just goes in like that. Okay, 1 second, I've just got to pause the video a second. Right, sorry about that. My sister came with the little one to see me mum. So if you hear any squealing, it'll be her, okay? Right, so now we've done our pages. We're just going to take all of the inserts out, and what we're going to do is we're going to attach on this part here, okay? So literally all we're going to do is just come in like that. So what I'll do is I'll take off this one first and just fold it over a little bit. Then I'm going to use this as a guide as well, the tape. So I'm just going to pop it in on the back and get it where I want it. And then just press down and then just pull that tape off and then just press that down. And then we're going to come in. I want to do the same on this side. Just take all of that off. That one could have went on a tiny little bit more. I've done the angle a bit too big, but there's our first one. So I'll do another one with you, and then I'll go ahead and I'll probably do the rest off camera. I could just do them all with you, to be honest. Just take all of these out, it makes it easier. And the best thing is that you can use your first page as a guide to make sure that they all line it up as well. So just press that down, flip that over, and then take that side off as well. So I'm going to pause the video here. I'm going to get the rest of the pages put on, and then I'll come right back and show you a final reveal. Right, so everything's done. I've done the front cover there, pop there, and I've just added some of these gorgeous little gems that I got gifted by the lovely Michelle Cause. Absolutely love those, absolutely beautiful. Just laid up a couple of the ephemera pieces there, and then you can put a nice photo on here. Obviously you've got your pockets there with your little cut apart, you've got your tags, and I just think it's so pretty. I mean, how cool is that? So nice to give someone for the birthday. So there we go, that is my tutorial for today. Please don't forget to go and check out the link to Helen Griffin's original tutorial, and I'll also leave the link to Melus Makes. Thank you again, Mel, for these beautiful, beautiful papers. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.